think probably the first thing is, obviously tackling climate change. It's a far cleaner source of energy. It is true also, I think there's a lot of discussion now about energy security and not being reliant on other nations or other markets and the price fluctuations and availability of power that can alter from time to time because of that. But also I think probably perhaps if people are looking more in the longer run, it's about bringing down energy prices. The UK has been for some time now disappointed with its growth as a nation. And I think part of the reason behind that could well be to do with its price of power. So if we can get more renewables on grid, we should be able to reduce the price of energy. If we can reduce the price of energy, we should be able to improve the UK growth and the economy as a whole, which can then return to the UK and hopefully be exported overseas as well. Yes, I think probably the scale of the challenge falls into two different buckets. One would be Clean Power 2030 and what we need to do in order to reach that, and the other one would be Net Zero 2050 and what's needed for that. So for 2030, it is all about supply chains, it is all about bringing down the cost of finance, and it is about delivering. We don't need new technologies, but we do need the existing technologies to turn up on time and be connected on time. Grid reform should help with that, but temporarily there is a bit of a hiatus that is creating a bottleneck in the supply chain for critical pieces of infrastructure, like switch gears or transformers. And essentially we are working with government through the British Infrastructure Task Force, where we're co-chair of the energy stream, in order to try to find ways of solving that problem. A big one, I think, probably could be greater standardization. Looking at 2050, it's a very different challenge. I think for that, what we're looking at is newer technologies and the solutions that are required for the hard-to-abate sectors. Now, they are less well known to the banking market, so I think really our role there at Santander is to innovate and lead the way and crowd in other financiers over time to continue to bring down the cost of capital and make sure that the funding is there for the projects that are needed to meet that aim. Well, I think ahead of COP30, it's important that Santander is seen at London Climate Action Week, and it feels like a great event to be a part of and be seen at as well. So, for us, I think it's important that we're here for our clients, for our shareholders, and for our colleagues to show that we're helping to find the solutions that are needed for a just transition.